So he's like, well, just I need to see your ID. So I said, well, okay, but can I see your ID? Because I'm a little suspicious. You don't have red and blue flashing lights. I didn't hear any siren. So he's like, hold on a minute. He goes back to his car and I'm thinking, all right. So I turned on my recording thinking, if I'm about to get killed or something, I want this to be on recording. Okay. So it took him like 5 minutes. He came back to my car and just says, I'm going to let you go. There's more important people to go get.
Imagine you're a police officer and someone calls you. Tells you they've just been pulled over by one of your own guys, but you look at the suspect, realizing they're not one of you. This is the story of a repeat police impersonator from Orange County, Florida. Before uncovering the entire story, make sure you hit that subscribe button to follow for more. The caller on the phone sounded calm, but also uneasy. He told the receiver that a man inside a black Ford Explorer had used yellow construction-style lights to stop his car. Everything started near Windermere on a busy service road. The lights behind his car did not resemble the police lights, but the driver behind him acted like he had every right to make him stop.
You didn't see my license or anything?
No, I just need to know kind of what happened.
So I'm leaving the shopping center and I pull out onto the service road next to the 429. I go under the underpass to go the opposite direction, the service road 429 going towards like Windermere.
Yep.
So I'm driving and the speed limit's like 45 or 50 right at the beginning. So I'm doing the speed limit and then this guy pulls up behind me with almost like the construction yellow flashing lights that they usually put on like a construction truck.
Okay.
So he's tailing me for like a mile, riding close by with these lights flashing. Okay. And I'm thinking, that's not a police car because they wouldn't be just yellow flashing. This must be just some construction guy trying to annoy me.
The caller also informed that when the man got out of his car, walked up to his window, he asked the classic police question, "Where's your license?" But something felt wrong. The guy was not wearing any uniform or a badge, so he was unsure of what to say. Surprisingly, the driver handled this situation smartly. He asked to see ID, and when the self-proclaimed officer couldn't show one, things got even stranger. And here's why. The man went back to his car, came back a moment later, saying that he had better things to do with his time before driving off. That encounter was the last straw for Orange County deputies. When they ran the plate from the victim's photo, the name that popped up was a little too familiar. Albert Dolan, a 60-year-old man known for playing the cop.
So he's like, well, just I need to see your ID. So I said, well, okay, but can I see your ID? Because I'm a little suspicious. You don't have red and blue flashing lights. I didn't hear any siren. So he's like, hold on a minute. He goes back to his car and I'm thinking, all right. So I turned on my recording thinking, if I'm about to get killed or something, I want this to be on recording. Okay. So it took him like 5 minutes. He came back to my car and just says, I'm going to let you go. There's more important people to go get.
Playing the cop with your friends is one thing, but impersonating an officer in the real world is a serious crime. It's more than just pretense. It even harms the public trust. And anyone from Florida would know that this is considered a felony offense, especially if it's been done more than twice. As in Dolan's case, this wasn't just a prank gone wrong. There were repeated patterns. He had been convicted thrice for the same crime, and each time, authorities noticed similar patterns. Dolan would purchase scrapped law enforcement vehicles, complete with sirens, radios, and flashing lights, to the extent of modifying them just enough to look legit. The guy knew how to play the part. That is, until someone asked for proof.
And he starts weaving in and out and riding my TL. So this happened for like a mile or so until I reached Windermere Road. And I got stuck in some traffic at the traffic circle. So this guy still wiped me. So I'm thinking, all right, maybe it is a cop and I better pull over then, but I swear it can't be. So I pulled over into a little shopping center. A guy pulls up behind me, takes 3 or 4 minutes to get out of his car, approaches my car, and it's kind of like back here. He's like, yeah, I need to see your license. So I said, well, okay, but why? And can I see some ID? Do you have a badge or something? Because this guy didn't look like a cop. He didn't have any ID. Okay. So I said, well, hold on. Can I see your badge? You know what?
In this case, the victim made the difference. When he stopped in a small shopping plaza, he placed his car strategically. Let's be honest, criminals are not the nice guys. So, the way the victim placed his car made the difference. There was enough safe space to escape if something went south. And before Dolan returned to his window, the driver began recording on his phone. Little did he know that this little decision to turn on a camera would save his life and the lives of millions. The video was also the key piece of evidence. So when deputies came to take the report, the man replayed his video. Though the video didn't capture much much of Dolan's face, it showed his vehicle, the flashing yellow lights, and part of his license plate, which was enough to get the investigation started.
So where did you stop?
So I finally stopped. You know where the baseball fields are next to the elementary school off of Windermere Road? I think it's Bailey Park. There's a couple of little shopping centers right at Bailey Park. There's a traffic circle.
So you went down Stonyville.
Down the service road, 429, and you made a traffic circle. I went to the right. There's a little 5 or 6 store shopping center on the right. I pulled in to the driveway in such a way that I could take off because I'm like, this.
So that was at Windermere Road and like the roundabout?
Yes.
Do you have video of it?
I don't think I got him in it though. So I'm sitting here.
So where exactly did he stop you?
He stopped me. See, I'm waiting for him to come up. I don't think I actually got him.
Can you screenshot that for me?
Yeah.
As the investigation began, it took Orange County deputies a few hours to trace the black Ford Explorer to Dolan's home address. He's been residing in a quiet area, not too far from the roads where he played the fake traffic stop police. Officers had his property surrounded, both the front and back of the house. Their body cameras were rolling. "Hey, Albert, it's the Orange County Sheriff's Office," shouted a deputy. "We just need to talk to you for a second." Dolan stepped outside, and he was super confused, not sure of the crime he's been committing for years. The deputies told him they were investigating a crash to start with something low pressure, then move to the real reason for the visit. But Dolan was no idiot. He knew why the delegates came. They shifted the tone. "You have no idea why we're really here, sir?" one even asked. Dolan shook his head, and then later came the explanation. Someone pretending to be a law enforcement officer had activated flashing yellow lights, driving a black Ford Explorer, had followed another vehicle. As deputies spoke, Dolan remained mostly quiet. He didn't even try to argue or deny those allegations, but he didn't confess either. Then, the officer showed him something he just couldn't talk his way around. A photo. The same photo taken by the victim of his face near the driver's window.
Hey Albert, it's the Orange County Sheriff's Office. We gotta talk to you.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
How are you?
Doing all right. You mind coming over here so we could talk about a crash that we're looking for?
A crash?
Yeah.
Sure, come on.
All right, come outside. Come outside the house. Come outside the house.
Come on. It's not hard. Just come. Walk outside.
All right, let's walk out. Let's walk out.
Yeah, I got a closed door.
You have any clue why we're here, sir?
Unrelated to the crash? You why we're here?
No.
No? Okay.
You understand you're just detained at this time? Correct.
Okay. All right. So here's what's going on. Right? We got a call of a male in a black Ford Explorer who was following another vehicle and activated yellow lights on their vehicle and initiated a traffic stop. That male then got out of his vehicle, approached the second vehicle, asked for a license, registration, insurance, and when that person asked for a badge number, the male then went back to his vehicle and after a few seconds came back and said, "I have better things to do today." Okay?
Yes.
Hey, I'll take it. So the driver of that other vehicle managed to take a photo of the male who came up to their vehicle and asked for their license, their registration, their insurance. And by the way, I'm not asking to get it. Okay, I'm just telling you why we're here. All right? The driver of that Ford Explorer who initiated effectively what's called a traffic stop with yellow lights, acting like they're a police officer, went up to the window of the driver's vehicle, asked them for their license, registration, insurance, and then when they asked for a badge number, that person then walked back to their Explorer. After a few seconds, came back up and says, "I have better things to do today." I don't know if that male knew a photo of him was taken at that time while he was standing at the victim's vehicle. Okay? But that's the photo I got. Okay?
At that point, deputies clearly informed Dolan that he was under arrest during the investigation. Moments later, they read him his rights. The classic, "You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used in court against you." When asked if he wanted an attorney, Dolan said no, but when asked if he wanted to talk, he'd refuse. And that was it. That was the moment deputies decided to arrest him for impersonating a law enforcement officer. Dolan did not resist any of the process. He calmly asked if he could put on a sweatshirt before leaving the house, but of course, his request was declined. They offered to secure his house before locking him up, but Dolan declined. Within a few minutes, he was handcuffed, searched, and taken to a patrol car. The arresting officers stayed professional and calm throughout the process. They even confirmed whether he was holding guns or sharp objects before placing him in the back seat of the car.
So, at this time, I am conducting a felony investigation for impersonating a law enforcement officer. All right? I'm going to read something to you. The Constitution requires and inform you that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used in court as evidence against you. You are entitled to talk to an attorney now and have him present now or at any time during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you without cost. Do you desire to consult with an attorney first or have him present during this interview?
No, I'm good.
So you do not desire an attorney right now?
No.
If at any time hereafter you wish to remain silent or have any attorney present, all questioning will be stopped. Has anyone at any time threatened, coerced, or promised you anything in order to induce you to make a statement now?
No.
Okay. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Do you wish to talk to us at this time?
No, I not in person with you guys.
No. The question was, do you wish to speak to us at this time? I need a yes or no on that.
No.
No, you don't? Okay. Now you're being placed under arrest for impersonating a law enforcement officer. Okay? Any questions that I can answer for you?
No. Can I put a shirt on or
Nope.
a sweatshirt?
Nope.
You can keep those on, Kevin.
We would, however, like to secure your house. So, is there
anybody else in the house with you?
would you like us to go get a set of keys so we can lock up for you, or do you have a keypad on the door we can press and lock up?
No, it's good.
Excuse me?
No, it's good.
Just leave it the way it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Pants on
Can
or
you take
something?
my car real
or-
quick? Nope, you're good. You're gonna change
Your,
that up to jail.
your car or Artie's?
My car.
You taking it?
Yeah.
Over that way.
This way.
Just keep walking straight. Is this 650, right, Kevin? All right, hold on. All right, stand right here for me. Spread your legs as far as possible. You got anything on you? Poke me, stick me, anything illegal? Nope.
When they showed the body cam, the footage captured every step of the arrest. You can see deputies moving through the property step by step, approaching Dolan's door and calmly explaining to him the entire situation. There's no shouting or confrontation, but a professionalism that defines these kinds of cases. When Dolan was finally put in the patrol car, a deputy confirmed his identity for dispatch. Another wrote that this wasn't just a random event. Dolan's record was already known to the world. After driving off, one officer muttered, "You saw that?" referring to how familiar the situation felt, because for local law enforcement, the name Dolan wasn't a stranger.
You saw that?
These types of crimes lead to huge consequences. Police impersonation might not be about violence or theft, but it can surely lead to such things. Often, people do these types of crimes for the thrills and to feel like they've got control. In many cases, law enforcement intrigues offenders like Dolan enough to buy old police cars, collect their gear, and learn radio codes. But this fascination leads to taking action, which becomes criminal. It also puts a sense of confusion and fear in the community, because just imagine, what if you don't even break a rule and someone tries to stop you while claiming to be a police officer? That sucks, right? That's why such cases are taken so seriously. Every fake stop erodes public trust. Every time someone like Dolan does this, real officers have to work twice as hard to regain public trust. Now, let's talk about the real thing. How much was Dolan fined and what sentence did he get? Under Florida law, if you impersonate an officer, it's considered a third-degree felony, punishable by up to 5 years in prison with a fine of a whopping $5,000. But if the impersonation involves attempting to arrest someone or committing another crime, the penalties keep on increasing dramatically. But since we're talking about Dolan here, he didn't physically harm the driver or attempt to arrest him, but his repeated history and the nature of the stop made the charges serious. Authorities began reviewing not just the April 21st incident, but also the crimes he'd been involved in his past. Reports showed that Dolan had purchased multiple scrapped police vehicles for years. Each one had functional lights and sirens. It wasn't illegal to own them, but using them to stop people definitely was. For the Orange County Sheriff's Office, the case became a reminder to keep the public safe. They even urged the residents to be careful if they ever felt unsure about an officer pulling them over. If they see flashing lights or just notice the vibe off, they can call 911 to confirm it. Real officers understand public concerns, and they do know that their imposters exist, so they would rather you be safe and verify than fall victim to a fake arrest. Thanks to the driver's quick thinking and big brain, deputies were able to act fast. That vigilance prevented what could have become a really dangerous crime. Now, before we talk about Dolan's identity and history, make sure to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date. Now, the public doesn't know much about Dolan's background. However, his records show a pattern of past behavior. Every single time he got caught, he served his time, paid fines, and even promised not to do it again. Only to, you guessed it, do it again. Many of Dolan's neighbors described him as a quiet and polite guy who always keeps to himself, but somehow he always had diverse vehicles in his driveway. Some even thought he might have been a retired policeman, judging by the look of his cars. It wasn't until deputies connected the dots between multiple complaints that the truth surfaced again. So, Dolan wasn't really a cop, he just wanted to look like one. Now, this issue of police impersonation extends beyond just Florida. You see, across the U.S., there are dozens of similar arrests occurring each year. Some involve individuals using flashing lights to clear traffic, while others, much disturbingly, involve people attempting to rob or assault victims under the guise of authority. That's why most departments have started tightening their rules regarding decommissioned vehicles. Still, older cars slip through. Many buy them as a source of collection or private security work. But in the wrong hands, those very vehicles could become tools for deception. Dolan's case deeply highlights this problem. If others started deceiving the public, the police office would be in chaos. After his arrest, Dolan was taken to the Orange County Jail, where he was booked on a single count of falsely personating a law enforcement officer. As of now, his cases still remain pending in court, and investigators are still reviewing his previous convictions to come up with a pattern or some sort of clue. Prosecutors are reportedly questioning whether this latest incident qualifies as a habitual felony offender case, which could increase his sentence if he's found guilty again. So far, Dolan has made no public statements, and no attorney has spoken on his behalf. Meanwhile, deputies continue to gather evidence regarding this case, including the body cam shot, the victim's phone recording, and any past reports of suspicious behavior. For many in Orange County, this incident serves as a warning and a lesson. Even in broad daylight, anyone on the road can encounter someone pretending to be an authority, putting them at risk. But this time, a single driver trusted his instinct and saved the entire community. So if you enjoyed this story, leave us a like on the video, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more content.